the best of the best. We're not gonna be doing grand entrances, or we're gonna be talking about that kind of stuff. So sit, relax. We'll probably do some interactive a little bit later on. All of these people, could you please give them a round of applause, please, before we start? And there's two fellas. Stand up, damn it. These guys have been here for the past 4 years. 3-4 years, every day, all day. Marshall and Corey, show some love. No. Show some love for my boys. And my co-host, my dear friend, Mr. Bobby Morgenstein, we will be seeing him in just a little while. But first, the first gentleman, my brother, my friend, Adam, are you waiting for me? Oh, there we go. Probably the inventor of ADD and ADHD and everything else known to man. Talking to this man is like talking to, oh my God, what are you kidding me? Did that just come out of your mouth? Who is probably one of the most amazing, not only entertainers, but people, as George so kindly said about me, if I see one more Facebook post or anything else about these amazing people not being approachable, I will find you and I will kick your ass. Because all I had to do was make a phone call. These guys are the cream of the crop, the best of the best. All you gotta do is walk up, shake their hand, give them a hug, whatever it is. You need help? They will help you. And also the lady that we have here too. I want. All righty, guys. Huh? You want to see?
Part of the show today. What's your name? Brendan.
Sit down.
Brendan. E or the A?
Sit down and mind your own business.
B-R-E-N-D-A-N.
I love you. But seriously, guys, these people are approachable. Learn, and that's what we're going to do today. So, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you our first speaker of the day, Mr. Adam White.
Thank you, Sean. I call him Saint Sean. I don't know, you guys call him Big Daddy, but to me, he is Saint Sean. And let's give it up, by the way, for this panel of distinguished judges here that are going to judge you on today's competition. You like these stages? Bobby Morgan stages. Love that, huh? All right, let's get started. I don't have a lot of time. I think it's very important. What you're about to see here today from a lot of these entertainers is the next stage in entertaining bar and bat mitzvahs. Now, you are going to see some of the most unbelievable upgrades that you can offer. And as the great Randy Ray said before, bar and bat mitzvahs is the industry that you can probably make the most amount of money, because not only do they want the exclusive and the elegant and the upgrades, but they want as much possible stuff as they can fit into a room. These guys are going to show it to you. However, my father was an entertainer. His father was an entertainer. My dad always says it straight. No matter how many stuff he sees, my pillowcases that glow and my toothbrush that freaks out and all these new hot items, I gotta tell you, no matter how much he sees, he always says the same thing to me. He says, Adam, don't reinvent the wheel. I said, don't reinvent the wheel. What do you mean by that? He says, you gotta keep bar and bat mitzvahs on a certain traditional echelon, because bar and bat mitzvahs are not just about all these wonderful things. You gotta make sure you keep the principles that what bar and bat mitzvahs are made from. Then you can get to all this stuff. So, I said, Dad, I understand. Don't reinvent the wheel, but I'm gonna put a hot ring on it. All right? And that's how I spin it. Wait, is that a pun or what? Leo, we ready? The first thing I want to show you. Now guys, take out your iPads, your pens, your pencils, if you want to learn these. If you want to be in the industry, if you want to sit down at the table with Jewish people, you want to impress them. You're gonna hear things, you're gonna know what they say. I gave you the hottest phrases. You should write this down. I'm serious now. If you're here and you're doing bar and bat mitzvahs, you gotta know the principles. So let's start with the first one. Okay? Write this down. I did it phonetically because this is mitzvahs for idiots. I'm the king. I am. I have a little Rainbow loom to prove it. Baruch. You hear that at the end? I want everybody on the count of 3 to do that. 1, 2, 3. All right, you did it good. All right, Baruch is one of the most common phrases you're going to hear in Hebrew. Baruch haba, which means welcome. Remember, guys, if you have a lot of people that like upgrades, just because they like upgrades, remember one of the things that you're going to remember is you might be in a synagogue, or they call it a shul, in case you don't know that one, a synagogue is a shul. You might be in that synagogue. That synagogue may be very conservative, and a conservative synagogue will know this phrase. You will impress them when you say, "Good evening, everyone, Baruch haba." They're going to go, "Damn, that boy knows what he's doing." And you're going to go, "Damn, I don't, but I went to heaven." Next one, Liam. Okay? Baruch haba, that means welcome. Scroll down a little bit. Shalom. Scroll down a little bit more. Shalom, we all know, right? Shalom, it means hello, goodbye, peace. It's a great thing to say to people, especially with you are in a synagogue. Let's move on, because they know shalom. All right. Here. Everyone love that one? Oy vey means OMG. Okay, for all you kids. Oy vey, OMG, okay? Or oy good, which means get them. All right, Shana, which means beautiful. If you're having a girl, you're having what kind of a mitzvah? Bat mitzvah. You look at this girl and go, Shana. And if you want to grab her face, don't grab her face. Bobby told me one day, don't grab the girls' faces. I stopped. I used to walk up to the girls. Remember that, Bobby? I used to walk up to the girls and I used to go, "Aren't you so Shana, which means beautiful. Shana Punim. All right, scroll down. Shana, great word to know. You'll say, "Oh, you have a dog named Shana. Oh, she's not really beautiful, but whatever." Scroll down, Leah. I'm not gonna touch your face again. I'm sorry. You can hit me later. Hit me in this language. Schwitz.
Schwitz.
Oh, Uncle Leo, you're schwitz. You're sweating. Okay? That's a word you might commonly hear, is schwitz. S-H, bits. That's like Jewish and Italian come together, like shh. Okay? Schwitz, which means sweat. It's a great word to use. Write it down. No, I'm not emailing this to you. Go ahead. All right, so that's fine. Fapitzt means they're all dressed up and nowhere to go. They're in a room, in a ballroom. Oh my goodness, don't they look incredible? Don't they look all dressed up? You're all? Let's see you here say it. 1, 2, 3. Fapitzt. Okay, very good. That doesn't mean like putts or anything. Sounds like it, right? All right, keep going, Leo. All right, right there. This is one of your most common words you're going to hear. Simcha. Simcha. Let me hear everybody say Simcha. Simcha. Very good. Simcha means celebration. That's a very common word. You ever hear there's a Jewish holiday called Simcha Torah? Very good. That's the day that the Torah ends and they start from the beginning again. So Simcha, celebration. Go down. All right? This means strength. If you have a boy, you're having what kind of a mitzvah? Right, you go to the bar, mitzvah, koyach. You can give him a little bit of strength. Tell him, man, you are strong. You got a lot of koyach. So when he does something really amazing and he's into sports, if you're having a sports team, you're going to throw that word in it. If you see a boy and he's like the strapping 13-year-old that looks like he's on a lot of that chicken hormone, you walk in, he's like really big, he's like fat, he hasn't skinnied out yet, but he'll be 18, he'll be like this and really cool, but right now he's just big and fat. That's the 13-year-old has a lot of koyach. Everybody say, koy? Very good. Koyach means strength. Let's go down. Boy, this is really going to sell a lot of LED stages, aren't they, Bobby? All right. Shabbat.
You got problems.
I got problems? At least I can admit I have problems. You're still in the closet, honey. When you catch up, I'll be waiting for you. All right. Shabbat. It's a once a day thing. Once a week thing. It's the day of rest. Now, you go into a synagogue, they have Shabbat. And by the way, if someone goes, yeah, it's Shabbos, they're like, what? That's the same thing. A long time ago, they didn't pronounce T's. They had S's. So you'll figure that out for all you Ashkenazi Jews. Shabbat. is day of rest. Okay, when does Shabbat start? Friday night. When? On Friday night. Sundown, thank you. When that sun sets, and some rabbis are like, not yet! Can't start your party yet! It's June and it's 9:02 p.m. Go ahead, have fun. That sucks. Sundown, okay, keep going. So, Shabbat. All right, here are some very important holidays that you guys have to know if you're in the mitzvah industry. One is coming up real soon, Rosh Hashanah. Okay, that's coming up on sundown, September 4th. That is the new year. And that's when all you guys get to break out of your closet and blow the shofar. Okay? Are you a shofar blower? They'll take you anywhere you want to go. Scroll down. Okay, 10 days later, you're going to celebrate Yom Kippur. Everybody say Yom Kippur. It is not Yom Kippur. Don't say Yom Kippur. I'll kill you, Jake. Yom Kippur, okay, Day of Atonement. That's the holiest day of the year. You don't go to synagogue that day, you're not even a Jew anymore. We're going to send you back to the Middle East. Here we go. Scroll down. Scroll down. All right, here we go. Passover. Want to impress people for Passover? Call it like this. Oh, you're celebrating pay? That was really good. Pay? Say it together. Pesach. Very good. Pesach is the story of Passover, where we exited Egypt. We gave the guy a guilt trip, and he said, all right, you can go, because you did 10 things to my house. All right. Here is the one. Here's called Purim. Okay? Some people call it Purim. All right? I hate all of you. All right? It's Purim. Everybody say Purim. Purim. Okay? That's the story of a chick called Queen Esther. She hid her Judaism and then came out of the closet a few days later to kill the king. All right. Ain't she a bitch? 5,000 years ago, girls were still the G. All right, everybody knows this one, and then I gotta end my gig. I know time's up, right, Sean? All right, Hanukkah, okay? Now, some people spell it with an H, all right? I don't like you. I like the Hanukkah. Everybody say Hanukkah. Hanukkah. Thank you. Hanukkah is 8 days, and that's against slavery, and some guy they locked up, and he had a lot of oil, and he didn't tell anybody they were gonna. Okay. Pesach means kosher. Pesach. There, thank you, Sean. Okay, everybody say Pesach. Okay, so if you're eating food, it's not kosher, it's not Pesach. All right? Not edible to Jewish. By the way, just in case you want to train your employees, please don't have them go into a synagogue with a McDonald's. Say, oh, it's only an orange drink. Just draw a swastika on it, set it on fire, and run around and go, I love Hitler, because it's the same thing. Yeah. Disgusting. All right, now, last thing but not least, and then I will get it off the stage so I can get on to some miraculous individuals that will show you how to increase your salary and pay more taxes to the government. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. That is something that you should say to every single family and every single party. Now, someone like Mars and Johnny K and all them, they're educating me on how they know the prayers. And they'll teach you the prayers of the bread and the wine and all this stuff. This one you can use in any affair that's Jewish. And the reason why you're telling them that is you're telling them, blessed are thou, Lord God, King of the universe, who has kept us all here, sustained us to celebrate this wonderful occasion again. And if you say that, after they do the blessing over the wine, blessing over the bread, I turn around and say, thank you, Uncle Hickey and Aunt Bagudi, and we really appreciate you doing it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Everyone's like, wow, I want to hire him again, because he just turned me on with his Hebrew. Let's do it. Let's do it. Are you writing this so I can get off stage? Baruch atah Adonai. It is not Adonai. You are not annoyed with God. Why would you just do that? Thank you. Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech, Ha'olam, She'achiyanu, V'kiyamanu. My kids love this one. V'higiyanu, Lazman Hazeh. Amen. Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear it for Adam. Now you guys are all certified Jews. The whole, well, no, it's fine. I'll try to keep it to an area that's very important to everybody. You know, how are we going to make more money at our parties?
And I will tell you, I am a 48-year-old MC. I still do bar mitzvahs, but I wanted to think about where am I going to go next? And what other areas can I show to everybody that I'm doing now that's a little bit different, off into a different direction than just performing at the parties. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I really started heavily trying to work with all my competitors and offer some of the services that I'm doing now. So first, yeah, I'll get the clicker. How do you like that? Okay, the first area I want to talk to you about is, I actually started about 15 years ago, our venues, where I host the actual parties. The venue that you're seeing up on the screen is called Beach Street. And this is what the room looks like set up in the back. This is just a couple options. We have a second party room that we opened up about 6 or 7 years ago at the same facility, and we call it our Backsteps party room. And then I opened another facility in a different part of town. And now those facilities also offer a place where you're going to be able to see a lot of the extras that I'm pushing now. The next area is really in our lighting and DJ setups. Not only do we do this to the setups that we do for the actual MCs that work along with our company, but we do offer setting up for all of our competition now. What you're seeing here are circular trusses, LED dance floors, LED stages, elevated DJ booths, the short throw projectors, and lots of moving heads. And we actually did this setup for Hot Hot Hot, who's a competitor in the area, but we go out and produce parties along with them as a team effort. And I'll just go through these quickly so we can get on to the other speakers too. This is some of our new staging that we have downstairs that we can actually build DJ booths or elevated front stages with, and cages. And then, it's just more with our LED dance floor. And what you see in the last two pictures are our LED backdrops. We're offering as an upgrade now where we can actually put the kid's name and title it across, put some logos. And we're also doing a lot of work now for the area bands where we're doing their setups, their lighting, their stages, their plasmas. So it's become very profitable now doing work for other people in the industry. And if you have that experience and you're thinking about what should you do next, this is just a great area to go into. And let's see. And now, the next area would be our LED dance floor and stages. There's not a whole bunch of guys on the East Coast that have the LED dance floor. Most of us have to bring it in from China. There's a lot of problems with it, but we finally found the right manufacturer, and it's put us on the map where a lot of the event planners in our area are now calling us. And then once we get them for the floor or the staging, we're able to sell them a lot of the other parts of our party that we're doing now. This is just the various shots of our LED dance floor. We turned it into a runway. This is for a Sweet 16. And then the last section that we're really into heavy now, and it's great for a DJ because they trust you guys. They come to you first. We started to get into lounge furniture rentals. And I don't know, in your area, there's the big guys like AFR and Court that are in most of the areas around the country, but in our market, we don't have a lot of competitors that offer the full-scale lounge furniture and acrylic tables. So I want to throw you a few pictures here. This is our acrylic setup that we offer now with different DJ setups and mixture of lounge furniture. And this is a party that we did where we actually went up doing 25 tables. And we did the DJ setup, we did everything. It was over a $30,000 party, wholesale. So it's really changed the level of what we can become now. So if you guys have any questions about any of those parts, I am around the next 2 or 3 days. Feel free to come up to me. I have where to get everything from, the best prices. We've been through it. And lastly, this is just something we got into now with the tufted bars. So that's a basic idea. I mean, another big area, but Jeff's going to talk about it, is extra entertainment. So that's become very profitable also. And not just doing it for yourself, but offering it to other people in your market. And next, I would like to bring out, didn't touch really on the DJ setups because Shaney's going to do that now. The front drums.
How you guys doing? All right, as you see the panel over here, and then there's me. Thank you. For those out here, how many of you guys have females that work for your company, go out as an MC, a DJ? I'm not talking about any dancers or anything. All right? Utilize them. Push them on your clients. Okay? I know a lot of people don't want the female aspect. You need to change their mind with that. You need to explain to them why they should have a female at their party. But first and foremost, I am an entertainer first when it comes to this business. I'm a female second. I sell myself as an entertainer first. I don't play the female card. You want me? I know how to command the crowd. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. I know how to do this. Being a female is just an added bonus. So if anybody wants to talk to me who has females in their company, please pull me aside. I'll be more than happy to talk to you guys about that and how to sell them as an entertainer in the company and not just, oh, you don't want a female? Okay, well, we have these guys. What I'm going to touch on right now is just some simple added upsells to just the basic DJ package of your DJ, your MC, your dancers. Maybe you have a backdrop, maybe you just have normal staging, and just that one extra added feature that changes the whole entire aspect of your event. If your client doesn't have a lot of money and they can't do a lot of the stuff that, I'm still going, don't worry about it. I'm an MC, I know how to keep it going. What, the food's not out yet? No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, yeah, you just gotta keep it going. So I'm just gonna explain to you guys how to just, oh, Mrs. Jones, you only have $400? Great. This added feature we wanna do for you is gonna enhance your party and bring it to the next level. So you show them what you can do for them. All right, so, yeah, that's fine. We can just go to the first one. So the first thing I'm gonna do is one of our new front board facades that we did. We actually had a huge party in Detroit that we did this for. So we did it in Detroit, and you'll see why we did it in Detroit, and now we're selling it at our events in Chicago. And as soon as they double click it, we'll get it going. Did they not put it in the PowerPoint, Mike? It's cool. We'll just do it as photos. That's good. So that is actually a front board. I know. The guys don't have everything. That's a front board. Those are the taillights. They do light up and everything. And we can even make smoke come out of the exhaust if we really want to. If we like our clients that much, we'll do that. But that is a whole entire front board. And as you see, I was actually DJing this party. I wasn't emceeing it, which I also DJ. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. So I was DJing this party. But that's just one of our added upsells for a front board. So you just don't get me wrong. I have Dragon front boards. I love them. We have all other types of front boards. But this is just something nobody else does. It's one of the extras that we do. We can just move on. It's cool. I'll just go off of you guys. And I'll talk. Now, the next slide, what I'm about to show you, is I think I know what it is, but I'm not quite sure. But when I get to it, I'll let you know what it is. And I believe it's just one of our extras that we do during the whole entire party. That's okay, I got it. I know when I'm going. This is what we call our oxygen bar. We do this at mitzvahs. We do this at corporate parties. We do this all types of events. We can do it just for the cocktail hour, or we do it for the whole entire party. And it's exactly what I just said. It is an oxygen bar. Different flavors of oxygen are right up there. And yes, Adam, do you have a question? Yes.
It's real oxygen. You can tell them that it's air.
Yes, and that must be an East Coast thing, because that won't work in Chicago. That won't fly in Chi-Town. You tell them it's air, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, no thank you. And also with the oxygen bar, we give them the disposable nose pieces, so you're not sharing the nose piece, like just air for the air. But flavored oxygen. There's also stools that'll be sitting there, so they can sit there from like 2 minutes to 3 minutes. And they can play with the knobs and pick the oxygen and stuff like that. So that's just one of the upsells that we do. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Walter, ladies and gentlemen. My assistant for today. Your check will be in the mail. All right, next thing, I know Bobby touched on this, LED backdrop. That's just one of our upsells that we do. You know, instead of just doing a black backdrop or colored backdrop, depending on the color of the party, LED backdrop, make it pop a little bit. So that's one of the things that we're doing. And just really quick, Mike, it's okay, it's all good, don't worry about it. We also have what we call our industrial setup, which we're doing a lot of truss setup. Oh, so a lot of the trussing we have a truss table, which is in that picture, which I'll show you guys again. And then we do the truss tower. So it's a whole entire truss setup that we do for the DJ. Percussionist. For those that have not touched on the percussionist yet at your events, I highly, highly, highly suggest you guys do percussionists. They are incredible value to your event. It just adds another factor to your party. We don't just do percussionists, we do all different types of live entertainment. We do bass players, we do singers, and I'm not saying you have to have a full-on band. We do individual live entertainment to customize to what our client wants. But percussionist is one of our main things that we add on to all our parties. This is what we call the full rig percussionist. We also have percussionists that just come out with a half rig. If they can't spend the money for a full rig, we have half rig percussionists. This is actually one of our percussionists that we fly in from LA. He's on tour right now, but we fly him in. He is incredible, incredible percussionist. That's just one of the added features. Denny, did you have a question?
When you have a percussionist, how long of a set do they...
He's on the whole entire time with us. He's just like the DJ.
But I mean, he's banging
The whole time. He's even soft banging during the slow music.
Because we've had...
Okay. Questions later. I know you were going to say that to me, Jeffrey. Questions later. Yeah, just keep going. Keep going. I wanted to show the bridal picture just because it's the best picture we have. But we do what's called remote sparklers. I don't know if you guys know about remote sparklers. Remote sparklers are incredible. We put them in the centerpieces. We do it for the intro. When the bar mitzvah person is coming through, bam! All the sparklers go off at once. 10 to 30 seconds, remote sparklers go off. It is not fire. They don't need to call the fire marshal. It is not fire. It is remote detonation. If you want to talk to me more about it afterwards, I can explain the whole process to it. It is not hot. You can put your hand through it if you want. I don't suggest you do it. But in our YouTube video, we put our hand through it, so we show you that it is not fire. But it is an incredible thing. Yeah, just keep going. Again, that's another picture of the remote sparklers that we put on the centerpieces at the tables. So that went off when the bar mitzvah boy came in. It was just one of those wow factors again. See, Mike said, wow. I'm going to go back to just the soft drummer stuff. And just so you know, there's never enough cowbell. All right, you can skip this one. That's just step and repeat. Everybody does it. I'm not even going to that one. Yeah. Oh, that's all I got. Perfect. Yes. Yeah. So step and repeat for those that don't do it. We do what's called the paparazzi step and repeat. Not only do we have the step and repeat, but we also have paparazzi. We have the cameras. We have security guards. We make it a whole red carpet. So when the kids come through, they go in front of there. People are shouting their names. We're taking the pictures. You got 2 security guards just standing like this. Make them feel special. So that's some of the upgrades that we do. You know, we would love to do every single one of those on the parties. But like I said, if a client only has a certain budget to upgrade after the package, we try to show them, you know what? Let's do something like this. Let's do something like that. All right. Next person I am bringing up. For those that don't know this man, y'all need to find out who he is. I'm bringing up Jeffrey Craig right here. He is going to talk a little bit extra on what I talked about, but more on an advanced level.
All right. Folks, my name is Jeffrey Craig. I started off in Brooklyn 38 years ago. I started off just like all of you. I used to do somewhere around 130, 140 events a year, okay, back then when I started off at $10 an hour. I now got into what I call the business part of the bar mitzvahs, the business part of DJing. Today, the bar mitzvah business is a lot more complicated than what you see here today and everybody out there yelling and screaming on the microphone. It's a lot more complicated, but it's a lot more profitable. In order to grow your bar mitzvah business today, there's 3 ways to do it. Either you could charge more, which is very hard to do. You can try and get more events to do, or you could do something called EE. What is EE? It means extra entertainment. It's a term we started years ago. And extra entertainment means everything but the entertainment. It could be anything from caricatures, lights, plasma TVs. It's everything but. And in order to grow your business today, this is what you have to do. At Total Entertainment, which is my company, 1/3 of our business today, all right, 1/3 is from the entertainment. 2/3 is from the EE, from all the extras. And this is what you need to do in order to grow. And I'm going to show you some samples here in a minute. Things like lighting, plasmas, magicians, anything else you could think of is EE. The clients, they want to buy from you. They're already in bed with you. They already hired you. So you might as well try and upsell your clients anything you can. EE will make your company appear bigger than it already is in the eyes of a planner, a caterer, and the client. At Total Entertainment, we have a saying, okay, which we sell now and we'll worry how to produce it later. All right? You'll always find it. You don't have to own everything yourself. There are companies like Barbie's, there's companies like mine that you can go to get all of these kind of things. Or you can build some of the things that you're about to see that are simple, but yet they become profitable. So I'm going to show you some of our extras. If you're on the side there, you might want to move to the front here if you want to see some of the things that we do. I tried to keep it simple. The first thing is sports games. Okay, we're going to go around sports games. Now, I don't know if any of you own Papa Shots, okay? The Papa Shot basketballs, they cost 99 bucks in Dick's or Sports Authority. But what did we do? Why are we able to sell Papa Shots for $1,500? Because what we do is we call it a tournament play. We'll put 3 or 4 of them together, all right? Well, then we'll have the bracket board, we'll have somebody running it, and it's a very simple thing, and it could make you money. Again, the business of the bar mitzvah business. 4-player ping pong, okay? 1 on each side, they play against each other. It's an inexpensive game to buy. Shuffleboard, again, all you're doing is putting it down. There's nothing to do here. You're not even really paying a salary on it. Your dancers can move it or anybody. Okay. LED ping pong. We started this a few years ago. We started with 1. We now build 4 of them. Okay? What we do with LED ping pong, again, it's our presentation. It's our packaging. What do we do with the LED ping pong table? Well, we hire a ping pong champ. And don't laugh at me, but I'm from Brooklyn. It's a little Asian guy that comes in. And he puts $1,000 down at the table. And he says, if any of you could beat me, you walk away with $1,000. You play with a racket. You know what he plays with? His cell phone. Okay? He plays with his cell phone. What he does is he challenges the bar mitzvah boy's father. He challenges the CEO of a company. And he'll say, if you could beat me, you can walk away with it. Well, I got to tell you, it draws a crowd of 30, 40, 50 people around to watch this. And he's going to let the bar mitzvah boy's father start to get a few points. And the crowd is cheering. And then he kills him with his cell phone. So this is just a way, like I said, an LED ping pong table is nice. But to go the extra step, you don't have to be a big company to do this. You could find yourself a ping pong champ, believe me. Doesn't have to be an Asian guy. All right. LED air hockey. This is a 6-player air hockey that we just made. We put lights around it, and we made it LED. Again, just an upgrade a little bit. Everybody likes LED today. This is something that we built, and this is our giant foosball table. It's a 20-player table. We built it in-house. We have a whole building department. And this is what it looks like. And we can have the kids on one side wearing red shirts, the other side wearing blue shirts. At 2 ends, we put our referees in black and white striped shirts. And the kids have a ball. Keep 20 kids busy during the cocktail hour. Okay. Next comes our interactive games. What we do with our interactive games is, and this is something again that all of you can do. We go ahead and we take fencing. It's regular pipe from fencing, and we put our netting around it. Okay? And we could make this really anything you want, anything that you want to make it. Let me just get my notes here for a second so I know what's coming up next. Okay. You can make this anything you want, and all by changing the backdrop. Okay, if you notice, what we do with this a lot is we make it this is our sports radar page, okay? And we could go ahead and we put a little radar gun, again, you can get it from Dick's, and you could make it here going from a speed pitch, okay? Again, just changing banners. Right over here, we actually got a banner for punt, pass, and kick. All right, an NFL banner. In the right corner there is hockey. If you're into hockey, you can do anything you want just from the same page. All right, home run derby, a batting cage. We did an indoor batting cage here. All right, this is what we call rage in the cage. All right, it's not hard to make, it's not hard to do. We went to Home Depot and we bought fencing. We were asked to do a basketball theme at the Ritz-Carlton up in White Plains in Westchester. It's all glass windows. And we said, how are we going to do this? And he says, we have a basketball theme. So we went ahead and we came up with Rage in the Cage. And we built this cage out of, if you see there, it's regular trussing. We put a basketball hoop on it. We took a parquet floor and we put the stripes down, and there's your basketball cage. Then we go ahead and, I'll do this politically correct, we hire our African-American guy. How's that, Morris? All right. 6'2", and we put 2 kids in the cage with him, and we say, if you can get 3 points in 5 minutes, you'll both walk out with iTunes cards. You tell me, is anybody going to beat this guy? All right? But it's a show. It's, again, the presentation. All right. Then Shani talked about red carpet photos, carnival tents, casinos. This is all easy stuff. Doing step and repeats, taking pictures and printing it right on the spot there, doing the red carpet entrance. Very easy to do. Our carnival tents. We have 4 carnival tents. We bought the carnival games and we made some games. Okay, the lollipops, the ring toss on the lollipop. They win, they go home with a lollipop. It doesn't cost you much, and yet it's really good, and a lot of people go for the carnival, and even in corporate today. Casino games, we do everything casino, and what we do is we make what we call funny money, but we laminate it. We have a company that does that we send it out, we laminate everything, and we'll put the kid's picture in the middle, or if it's a corporate party, the logo for the company there, and everybody, they cash in the funny money at each table. We have a strolling blackjack, the simplest thing in the world, but you know what? It's cool. You go ahead and you buy this game at Toys R Us. I think it's $50. We dress the guy up, he walks around with 1 deck of cards at a casino, and we call it strolling blackjack. All right. Today, again, everything is LED. So what we do is we try to do as much LED as we can in the light-ups. And we have all the tables that you can do, or if they want the regular table, of course there's a big upcharge for LED. The last thing is fun foods. You're gonna look at me and say, we're DJs, what do we know about foods? Well, we start off and we built a little concession that starts off like this. It's a popcorn bar, okay? The popcorn bar, I don't know if you've heard of around the country, Indiana popcorn is very big today. The kids love this, okay, at the end. We use garbage pails. All right, as our bases there. Again, it's all presentation. Different flavored popcorns, and that's the popcorn bar. But now take a look at the popcorn bar and see what else we can do with it. Now it's a newsstand. On the way out, they get to choose 3 or 4 items. Okay, we have this out by the parking lot, and it's the same popcorn bar now just became a newsstand. How about a 7-Eleven? No, we don't bring the Indian guy in, all right? All right. I'm from Brooklyn. What do you want? All right. He's looking at me over there. All right, for the 7-Eleven stand, you see the 2 Slurpee machines. You rent it. We don't own it. You go to a party rental place, they rent it to you. And we just made the same stand, the new stand, the popcorn bar, 7-Eleven stand. That's our concession stands. Again, all in the concession stand was peanuts. We did a Yankee Stadium. Okay, this is something, again, another kind of stand that we just built, really easy to do. It's our Subway and White Castle stand. And with that, you can make it a funnel cake stand. You can make it an Aunt Annie's Pretzels, a lemonade stand. It's the same thing, just different signage. Okay? And the thing is, we do use their products. So our liability, we don't have the liability. If we go ahead and we do White Castle, we'll buy from White Castle. We do a Dunkin' Donuts stand, we'll buy from Dunkin' Donuts. We even buy their shirts. Nobody gives us a hard time with it. Okay. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today. This is like a step above. I just want to introduce you to one guy who builds all this stuff. He's my head guy there, and he oversees the building. It's Jason over there, stand up. Jason built that 20-player foosball table. Pretty good, huh? By the way, again, you don't have to own it. If you want to sell this, you could come to me. You could go to Barbie. You could come to us, people like us. There are a lot out there, okay? Sell EE. It's profitable. Thank you.
Jeffrey Craig, Cyber.
Now, the aspects of everything we're talking about, everybody, that is to prepare you for an evening of amazement. Now, all these things are about the wow factor. My name is Mars, and I'm in Chicago, Charisma Entertainment. Very simply, I see some of your faces going, I know that, I know that, I know that. You may know it, hey, like I said, you know what? Perception becomes reality unless challenged. Remember that. If you think you know it and you're not doing it, the reality is that when you may know it, you're not doing it. Here's what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you about breaking down barriers immediately. We are asked every weekend to go into a room full of strangers. Adam, shut up. Very simply, we're asked to go into a room full of strangers every weekend and get them to respond to us immediately. What you need to know from any perspective, black, white, red, or brown, woman, or men, that you have to be able to do that immediately. Personal space, all these things are vital, okay? No matter how good looking you are, no matter who you are, you can be intimidating to a 13-year-old. Okay, the reality is that I use the 5-10-5 rule. That is my rule that in my head I have these crazy formulas. If you took 20 kids and you had 5 of them are going to be alphas. They're going to be the people who are going to run the group. 10 of them are going to be in the middle, and the other 5 are going to be the shy kids that's going to follow along with everybody else. The 15 kids are going to be the ones that are going to follow the alphas. Your job in cocktail hour is to find the alphas. Once you find the alphas, you friend the alphas. The way that you do it, listen, be topical, okay? What are kids doing? What are boys doing? They're playing video games, okay? What's the hottest video games out right now? You should know. What's the hottest movies out right now? You should know. If you're talking with girls, hey, if you're not talking about Pitch Perfect and Fat Amy, guess what? You're not there. You know, the reality is that if I'm going to come up and approach you, listen, you need to be able to break down these barriers in a way. If you have staff there, okay, some very simple things, Presentation. Everyone should go to an event as if they're going out for a night in the evening. You look your best, you be your best, your hair is done, you're shaved, you look like you belong there. My rule is that when I step into an event, I want to look better than the guests. So people walk and go, damn. I'm like, yes, you love me and you want me. That's the first thing. Because here's the thing. What you guys need to understand is this. Guys or girls, it doesn't matter. If I look at some young lady and I say, that's an amazing dress, you look wonderful tonight. I'm going to be 50 next year, okay? But it's okay for me to compliment a young lady because, once again, I've gotten her attention. The minute I get her attention, I know I got the smile. Guess what? The space between us has broken down. My space between. Now she knows that this guy likes the way I look. Okay? It matters what you say and how you say. Okay? You know, I say, if I see some guy, he's got cool hair, I'm like, nice hair, dude. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How do you know the bat mitzvah girl? Oh, we've been friends since kindergarten. Okay, cool. Remember that later, because I'm going to need your help about that. If you include people in the process, you're breaking down barriers. That is the most important. Is that even in this room, you're talking about, well, none of these guys are approachable. That's on you. That's on you. If you believe and you are committed in communicating with people, it's about your body language. This body language is closed, okay? It's closed. It says I'm unapproachable. I'm not picking on you, but it says I'm closed. The rule of thumb is that your body language needs to be visually palms up. If your palms up, you're non-threatening. You're non-threatening. You're welcoming. If I say like this, anytime I see any of my brethren, first thing I always do is do this. This lets them know I'm inviting them into my space. I'm inviting them, I'm letting them know you are welcome here. I want you here. If you see, and like we do, people know in mitzvahs, we see kids regularly. We go through a season where we may see the same kids. This also is important to you when you're doing events and breaking down those barriers. Is because if I see, hey, Adam. I saw Adam at the last party. Adam's with his buddies, and they say, you know the DJ? I'm like, yeah, me and my Adam are boys. Now Adam's cool. Now Adam becomes a conduit for what I want to do. Hey, say, Adam, check this out. I'm going to hit you up with a prize. Why don't you get your boys to join me? Okay? You're using your kid network and your ability to be able to break down his rules. So, hey, everybody, I want everybody to follow Adam to the dance floor. He's going to be the one that's going to be rocking with me and the boys, and she's going to be rocking with, Shanie's going to be rocking with the girls. Everybody clap your hands. Adam's smiling like, yeah. I'm the man. He always is the man in his mind. He's always been that way. But I'm saying to you, does this make sense to you folks? Okay? No matter what. And I think you guys need to understand, the male-female relationship is fluid. It doesn't change whether you're talking with someone you're the same age, someone younger, or someone older. The way that you approach, especially if you're approaching, you will see a lot of younger kids. I mean, I call them the Pop-Tarts. You're talking about people that are 6 and below, that somehow at bar and bat mitzvahs, they're let go to run free reign all over the place. Okay? It's like, okay, free babysitting all night. And these kids can be tremendously disruptive. If you want an opportunity to book more business, pay attention to the Pop-Tarts. Because if you can get a Pop-Tart on your side, someone's watching that Pop-Tart and they're going, you know what? That kid, he never talks to anybody, but he wants to be with you all night. Guess what? Parents notice that, guests notice that, the hosts and hosts know that, and more importantly, that kid is usually a nephew or a niece of the guest of honor. So your kid network becomes even greater. I am sharing with you, very simply, relationships that you can develop in a matter of moments. When I say moments, very simply, is that the way that you look, the way that you approach, the way you smile at someone, instantly gets a smile from them. Your palms up. I want you to remember being palms up and open, looking great, feeling great, and being able to take 13-year-old strangers and befriend them immediately. It is no simpler than the man-woman relationship and being able to be, I am of the old school. Treat women with respect and dignity. You will never, ever, ever have someone say, oh my God, he was so nice, what an asshole. You'll never get that. What you will get is that if you're talking to a grandma and she's walking in, she's got generations and years of her family in celebration. And if you walk in and you say, good evening, how are you doing? You look great. Can I help you with something? She's looking for a seat. Chances are she may be moving slowly. Well, let me help you. You take a few moments to help grandma, guess what? Not only will it give you a warm and fuzzy feeling inside, it will give you an opportunity, once again, to break down these connections. Lastly, if you guys notice, I'm one of the few people that never hold my microphone like this. Okay, and I'm not going to get into debate of that, but part of the reason is that if I do this, you can't see the most awesome part of me. This. When you're talking with people, when you're engaging people, when you're looking at people, and you're starting to break down these things, let them see your emotion on your face. Let them see that you're wanted. Let them see that they are a part of who you are and what you are. And when you can do that, then immediately, in a matter of an hour, guess what? You have 80 to 100 new best friends who are ready to celebrate with you. My name is Mars. I shall turn it over to Shani, and she's going to introduce her.
All right, for those that had this talented man coming up to you and asking you for your name, you're probably like, who are you and why are you asking me my name? He's going to explain to you very shortly why he asked you that. But for anyone who just saw him, don't know who he is, this is Ricky G. He's from Double G Entertainment Productions in New York. I had the pleasure of training with this man because I actually came from Double G Productions out of New York. So we go way back, and I'm only 21 years old. But we go way back. So Ricky, you ready to show everybody what you've been doing all day here? All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right, you guys ready? Yeah. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, by any chance, do we have any MCs out there? People that really want to make an impression on their guests and their crew, their people, their crowd. Imagine if you took cocktail hour and instead of just enjoying that time to eat, you could do this. When I say your name, come stand in this section. Jeff, Chris, Danny, keep going. Brendan, Michael, Teddy, David, AJ, Chris, Baby G, Helen, Randy, Angie, Michael, Steven, Charlie, Tina, Vinny, Rico Suave, Bo, Krista. Well, that's what he told me! His real name is Dan, but it's Rico Suave. Ay, papi! Bo, Hannah, Paulie, Nick, Vince, Justin, Alex, Anthony, Rob, Chris, Ben, Jay, JP, George, Curtis, Edgar, Michael, Wyatt, Zach, Ryan, Jeff, Sierra, D'Angelo, Brian, Abra, Blake, Bill, William, Jeff, Stu, Jess, Mars, Vito, Tim, George, Tina, Mark, Angel, Anthony, Brendan, Vinny, Cooper, Jody, Stu, Carlos, Tony, David, the closed one, Adora, her husband Curtis, Melissa with her husband Denny. Oh, not your husband? Free hotel room! Well, I'm just saying. I'll step back so you don't think I'm reading the name tags. Steve, Amy, Sal, that's Eric, Jack, Trisha, Eric, and I didn't meet the gentleman there. Come up here. You will turn yourself from $1,000-something a year to $100-something a year. Right, Randy? Lori? Steve? Right? Ladies and gentlemen, imagine your guests walking in the room, and I already have these people behind me. DJ, turn it up. Let's go! Do I need to say anything else?
You are a black rain man. I love you, dude. You are
Ladies
sick.
and gentlemen, sit down, guys. Sit,
I thought
sit.
Jesus was going to show up. Again, everybody would have really believed that, wouldn't they, Jeff?
Oh my God. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta stand for this. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this. In order for you to provide a service, you have to find out what people need. And if you don't take the time out to connect, to talk to them, you will never know what they're gonna need. So that's what I do during cocktail hour. I walk around, like Mara said, find out what sport they play, what position they play, if they won the championship, who's going out with who. All that stuff matters not to you, but to who? Them. Because during the party, you can mention, hey, Curtis, what's going on? Curtis, hey, what's going on? You playing baseball this year? Hey, football, how you doing? And they go, oh, cool, yeah. How are your months that? But that's true, because, see, I have honed that skill. I have taken the time not to think about myself so much that in an hour of walking around during cocktail hour, I can remember 250 people. So at the end of the event, not only do you have the Pop-Tarts, you know them by their names, you also have the Chafas, the older adults. Say it again? She says, that's all, bro. She says, I'm Jewish, I can do this. Yeah, you know, and that's it. It's somehow, some way, taking a moment out to talk to everyone in the room. Because you know what? Say if the party didn't turn out the way you thought or the client thought. Imagine the client, after naming all the kids at the party, ever coming up to me and saying, you didn't really work hard at this party. Because the worst case scenario, I just named 120 kids at your party running in every single direction. That means I took the time out and spoke to every single kid at the event. You can't tell me I'm not working hard. Once again, you go from making thousands to 100,000 each year. So who's willing to do that? Who wants to learn how to do that? Come to my seminar next year. Good enough? Crystal, you okay? She's like, oh, he is just, I want dessert now. I want the whole chocolate fountain with him. I'm just saying, I'm kind of sexy, George. Don't be looking at me like that. All right, here we go. So who am I introducing? Oh, Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Explosive entertainment. Jordan, teaching you about openings.
Please, one more time. That is a tough act to follow. Somebody make some noise. 2013 Expo, how you guys doing? You guys all right? Come on. Not bad so far. We got such an elite panel back here, and we got to show them some love a little bit. One more time. Put your hands together, please. You have so much talent in the room right now. And I actually have the privilege and the pleasure to be up here with these guys, speak to you a little bit about opening up a room. So really quick before, I know Ricky touched on it a little bit. How many entertainers do we have here? MCs? Again, one more time. Awesome, awesome. Make some noise for yourselves. Takes a lot to get up there and narrate through a room, bunch of strangers. We have any motivators, dancers, anything like that going on out there? Anybody out there? Make some noise. There you go. Some motivators. I like that. Very nice. And the bar about this world, the opening, transitioning from cocktail hour is such a huge, huge portion of the event. Agreed? Right. This is where stuff really gets kicked up a notch. We go from learning everybody's names, interactive games, getting people involved, and then taking that show on the road. How many of you guys transition from one room to the next at your venues through cocktail hour? Maybe you have a separate setting for your cocktail hour where you go from one room to the next and you're actually coming into another room, or maybe it's the same room. Maybe you guys are spending 5 hours in one room. We've all experienced that before, correct? Cool, awesome, very nice. So kicking things off in the beginning of these events, what we have to do is really captivate our audience from the get-go. So as personality, as a person who's on there on a microphone captivating your audience, you want to be bold right from the get-go. However you do it, I know when I walk into a room personally, people think I look like a lunatic. If I was doing taxes, we'd be in trouble. But if we're entertaining, we're going to have a good time. From the hair all the way down, I do in a way that I dress, my appearance. These are things that I use as my sizzle terms, stuff like that, to really get things going, captivate an audience where people are like, who is this guy? What is he doing? I don't care what he has to say, but I need to know what this is all about. This is the guy in charge, so we go with it. Some people use interactive games. They engage their guests, bringing people right in from the get-go and having them participate, be a part of the action. Let them know that no matter how many bar mitzvahs they've been to, why is this one going to be different? How are we going to take a couple of left turns to achieve a common goal for your family ultimately? I would suggest maybe incorporating your family a little bit, opening up the room, if you could do it as best as possible. How many people have their actual family of honor in the main room with them, or are you guys always, having them wait outside to be introduced? Do you guys ever bring them in to start? We do that too? Cool. Engaging them, using them as a interactive prop, so to speak. Have them be the focal point, but all while comfortable in their own skin. So, playing off things like a theme, an atmosphere. These are things that you guys will establish in your client care. You guys all have client care. How many people handle their own clients leading up to the event? Awesome, good, I show hands. This is something that I recommend. If you have the ability to do this. This is gigantic. Establishing trust, faith with your family that has pretty much gone out of the way when they come through. I know that when people go to see Jack Bermeo, LJ Productions is all good, but they're like, hey, I want Jack. I want DJ of the Year 2 times in a row, 2011, 2012. My man's going for a 3-peat tomorrow night, by the way. Somebody show him some love. I know that when they go and sit with Jack, they're like, Jack, we want you. How many people are still figuring out a way to clone themselves and make themselves in 2 different separate places at once? We're still looking for that, I know. I know Ricky is. I know they need 2 people that know everybody's name in cocktail hours. So that's how we're doing it. But what we want to do for the beginning and kicking off this event is really establish an audience and captivate that audience from the get-go. So what we like to do, my company's based out of Marlboro, New Jersey, right here. It's a little bit more of a boutique firm. So we really establish that theme, that brand. We do what's called maybe an activation or an invasion where we use props. Stuff from my man George. Where's Sherman? Is George in here? Is he in here still? Did he get out? He probably went down to the trade floor. If you guys sat in on George's seminar, those favors that he was talking to you about, incorporate them into a brand in the beginning. Sports themes, nightclub themes, pink party. These are all things that you could do right when your guests come in through that main door to captivate an audience. Get them right from the get-go. Make them talk. Make them buzz a little bit, saying like, okay, maybe I've never seen this before. This is great. They got my attention right from the get-go. You can do this with routines. Bobby Morgenstein, interactive stages right here. How many of you guys develop your own setups and concepts at events when they come into the main room? You have a whole setup, maybe an LED front board, maybe some staging, dancers, getting interactive. Right from the get-go, this is great. These are great tools that you guys can use to open up your room. Maybe a routine that's involving the bar mitzvah boy, the bat mitzvah girl, as things get going. Maybe you guys are getting an interactive game that plays off the theme, off the sport theme, off the pink party, off the lounge theme, trivia, different types of things that are just get your guests involved. People want to be involved. They want to be a part of the day. We want to make sure that everybody has a front row seat to the event. And then when all's said and done, don't be afraid to think outside the box on your own. I will literally sit there when I open up a room and say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, folks. At this time, I need you to focus all of your attention to our double doors as we get ready to introduce our family of honor. And I will wait. I will wait until I have everybody's attention. People are coming in from cocktail hour. They've had a couple of drinks. Usually the bar's flowing. Everybody's texting. They have side conversations going on. You want to make sure that you grab that audience right from the get-go. You are not asking these people anything. You are telling them nicely that this is why we're here. We're here to represent a very special family, a wonderful day, something that happens once in every young man and young lady's life. And we're going to do this live for the next 4 hours, non-stop, interactive, and engaging. So in using all of these different instruments to kind of cater into the next part of the mitzvah, leading up into introducing your family. So you'll go wind it down, get everything going from introductions, going to your siblings, parents, ultimately leading up to your guest of honor. This is great. This is a great excuse and a way that you guys can kick things off and start your party with a bang, something completely different. Theme your entrance. If you have a diva theme. Maybe the young lady has a New York City diva runway type of theme. You bring her in like a chair, maybe it's decorated like a throne, something like that. You have your dancers carrying her in. Some sort of shop value, something simple. Something that doesn't cost your client $1 million to upgrade if they want to come in on an elephant, like I know Jeff tries to pitch a Total Entertainment. So what we want to do is we want to make these things convenient. There you go. We want to make these things convenient and accessible to your clients. The ideas do not have to cost $1 million. Creativity and ingenuity, ideas are what are going to sell your clients. So get creative with themes. Normally, things are just laid out for you. People will tell you, just like everybody's been telling you up here from Mars to the entire crew, people will tell you what they want. If you sit there and you actually take the time to step back and listen, they will tell you exactly what they want. This will help you guys open up your room. So guys, that's pretty much it. Getting things going. What do you guys think so far? Pretty cool, right? Yes. You can't see it? Oh, that's cool. It's the hair you gotta focus on, man. It's cool. Guys, thank you very much. So coming up next, the man, the myth, the legend, the whole entire show, my man Anthony from Ha Ha Ha. Put your hands together.
How's everyone doing? Are we still having a good time? This side of the room, are we having a good time? Make some noise! This side of the room, have some time, make some noise! Everybody make some noise! All right, Jordan just staged, he set up all that energy throughout the party. Now dinner is served. The adults are eating, the kids already had their buffet, and while the adults are eating, you gotta engage the kids. If you engage them, the adults are watching them, they're enjoying watching their kids have a good time. So keep the kids busy while the adults are eating their dinner. Now, when the adults are wrapping up their dinner, the first thing you want to do is most mitzvahs, you're going to show a montage. So during this time, this allows you to set up the montage and get it ready. You want to let the photographer know, the videographer know, stage it. Have the kids have a seat on the dance floor. Let the mom and dad know in a few minutes we're going to show the montage. You want to always inform them and give them a heads up on when you're going to do something, especially if it's a very important moment like showing the montage. So, you show the montage, have the kids sit on the dance floor, show it, and then after you do the montage, you go into the host and hostess dance. Keep the kids on the dance floor, have them kind of like put their arms sway side to side, and then you go into the host and hostess dance. And then after the host and hostess, I would just recommend maybe like 15, 20 seconds. Get everyone up, all the adults, join them on the dance floor, get the kids on the dance floor, groups. Now you have a packed dance floor, which leads into the next segment of the party. It is so critical to maintain and continue that level of energy. So once you do that, you keep on dancing because you're gonna have a good half-hour dance segment before the end of the party. And I know Johnny K in a moment is going to talk about how you close a party. So, any questions on staging, getting into the next level, high energy, dancing? No? You? All right, now, how about a big round of applause for my man Johnny Kelly as he takes it over.
Listen, you keep your lips shut, all right? You need to be hospitalized, kid. Something's wrong with you. Something wrong with it, but I love you to death. So ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to talk, when we built the seminar this morning, we wanted to talk about not just have everybody jumping around, clapping hands and going crazy. We want to talk about the conceptual portions of what we do for a living. So what we did was, we said, okay, we need to break down the show, right? So we took you from setting up your room, getting your extra entertainment, opening the room, then we went to the middle, which was dinner, right? And then we now at the closing. So if you know the three most important parts of the party, the first is the beginning. How you open, how you connect with your guests, how you connect your guests to each other. This is all psychological and emotional stuff that's going on with your guests. The better you are at that, the better party you will have. The most successful parties you will have. It all comes down to your ability to connect each other. Why this is important for the finale is it's going to determine how long they stay. Because if you're really good, they'll stay all night. Your clients are paying you for 5 to 6 hours of entertainment. They're not paying you to come out in an amazing suit with an incredible head of hair and a wine. Man, I gotta tell you, they don't pay you for the pirate sleeves. They don't pay you for that. They pay you then the Sweet Caroline 15 times in a night, followed by Journey.